Good morning. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
everybody.
Good morning.
Ooh, ooh. All right. You guys have a skeleton crew today, so I apologize. But Andy's in a meeting. Jake is on vacation. David's on vacation, and Jeff is on vacation. So you got Phil, and then me. And I'm sorry that I'm here because this should be a one man show for Phil.
No, never.
Oh man. So
I think
happy
it's the
Friday.
smallest we've ever had.
This
But
is amazing. This is the smallest, and also the smallest audience. So I guess this works. Let's
it
jump on
does.
into it. Phil, feel free to take it away, sir.
Okay. I see that my screen isn't sharing in the live stream.
Oh, it is now. It transitions, but the live stream is, doing the
Is it
lag, so I
delayed?
apologize.
Got it. Oh, that's okay. Okay. So I'll get started then. So the first thing I wanted to share was this article that kind of recaps a segment from the Adobe Max event that they held a couple weeks ago. It was all virtual this year, but if you're not familiar with the event, it's really just about all of the innovations that Adobe is um, putting into all of their platforms. And this, what they're calling sneaks, is kind of like a sneak peek at some newer innovations that aren't actually out yet or part of products, but that employees at Adobe are actually experimenting with and um, kind of giving us a look into what we to expect in the future. So I just want to take you a couple of these that I thought were particularly cool. This first one is what is it called? Sharp shot sneak. So basically, what it's doing is it's using AI to take a video that someone took with their cell phone. You can see it on the left, and it kind of has that motion blur to it just naturally, and it will take that video and it will sharpen the focus. So you can see it on the right. You can kind of see it better before, so I'll go back a little bit. But you can compare
Wow,
kind of that blur that you see on the rocks and how it's much more in focus on the right. So that's kind of cool. Um,
that's so cool.
yeah, and like apparently it just takes a single click, so that would be really useful to have if there's um, any footage you have that might be a little bit too blurry. So thought that was cool. The next one is called 2D Plus. So this is really interesting for anyone who likes to create artwork in Illustrator. You can see how this person created all of these illustrations of these homes and buildings. And basically, what they're doing is with this new feature, again, that isn't public or anything, um, it's this perspective tool. So you can kind of drag it back and forth, and it will kind of put them at a certain perspective in your artwork. So it does it automatically. So you don't have to get too specific with how you're placing them. And you can see you can also like edit the path so that it, in this case, like, oops, matches the coastline. So I thought that was really cool. And
Dude,
then it
that's
goes into,
amazing.
yeah, really useful, I would say. And if you keep watching the video, it takes you through how you can automatically add like highlights or shadows to the buildings as well, which um, again is pretty groundbreaking in my opinion.
Quite.
And then the last one here that I wanted to show um, typographic brushes. So I thought this was um, like really, really cool because you can see how you're just going through fonts. You can choose a font. This guy here wanted to give his font choice more of a brushy look to it. So what he does is he takes a brush and he kind of traces over the font. And basically, what it does is it will allow you to translate that brush just from like a couple strokes into the entire font automatically. So he didn't have to trace out each letter. it just kind of took what he already did and matched it to the other letters. And, he goes on to show that you can even change the words that are there. So he's typing in something else and it will still maintain that brush style that he originally drew on. Um, so, this could be really useful for anyone who wants to do some custom lettering. And, if there's ever a copy change, it could be helpful for that. So I'm hoping that this feature becomes a reality at some point.
Absolutely. That's so cool. That is awesome.
Um, yeah, so that was all from um, the Adobe Max uh,
This is,
article that I wanted to show.
dude, everything that I learned in college is like done by robots now.
I know.
This,
I know. It's like every time there's a new feature to something, it always just makes me like I'm partly happy because like all these things we can do now, but it just like makes me sad at the same time thinking about all the time I spent on things in the past. But
yes,
I guess maybe
absolutely.
focus on the good things.
Smart.
So the second thing that I wanted to share is Huluween. So I thought it was fitting since tomorrow's Halloween. I don't know if you can already see what's happening. I didn't tell it to start, but I guess it started on its own. But
Ooh.
it's basically a virtual haunted house that Hulu put together, mainly to advertise, like all the shows and movies that they have that are Halloween related to promote those. So it's interactive. You can move your cursor around and look around, and you click on the elevator door and it opens and it takes you through. And earlier on, like it uses your camera if you're on your laptop, and you could see my face because it's like putting me in the scene. And then as you go on, it takes a few minutes, but um, at the end it tells you, or you come up to this mirror and you see yourself in the mirror because it's using your camera, and it tells you to scream, and then like a scary face pops up and it takes a picture of you, and then that picture it lets you share it to Twitter and Facebook. So
That's
um,
so cool.
yeah, it's really cool. I don't know if we'll get there just because it does take a minute, so
Sure,
i
sure.
I would encourage everyone to check that out for themselves. But
Yeah.
there's audio to it too, so there's kind of like a creepy voice that's taking you through this process. But this
Cool.
scene, this will be the last part of this, but this scene you can kind of look through and it shows some
Yeah.
clips of movies they have. Like you can see Ghostbusters, and you can look around to the other side. So
All the
um,
classics. Oh, that's awesome.
so
This is
yeah,
really well done.
Halloween.
I'm amazed at how well this runs too, considering how many like video clips and stuff they've got going on and all this animation. This is really impressive.
Yeah, and what did I click on? Nothing. It's not like I thought it would be kind of like a choose your own adventure type of thing, but it's really just a linear path. We're actually getting to the mirror right now in this dungy
Oh,
bathroom. I don't know, but there I am. See,
wow.
um, then I guess we are going to get to the end, so
Phil, what are you
we can
doing
show.
in this weird bathroom, man? Get out of there.
I just take selfies. Um, but yeah, there's the face,
Ooh,
and then I don't know when it takes your photo, but yeah, there's my photo, and so that's the post you can share on social.
that's so cool. That's such a fun thing. It's kind of like, I mean, they have that in the actual haunted houses where they'll like take a photo of you or something as you get scared, and then you can buy it afterwards, or they'll do it on like roller coasters and stuff. So that's really cool that they have this as a digital experience.
Yeah, and it was obviously timely, just because of the pandemic and everything, but
Quite
also just really well done. So good for them.
way cool.
That's all I've got for
Awesome.
today.
Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate those cool things. I have a couple that are not nearly as fun, I suppose. um, I mean, they're kind of fun, but it's
Well,
not
we
the
don't want too
same.
much fun
No, we
one
don't.
Friday.
We definitely don't. Let me see if I can share them though, because I remember having trouble with this last time. All right, so let's see. Yes.
I do have to say with that Hulu thing, my computer is heating up right
Oh,
now.
for sure. To be expected, I suppose.
hmm
Okay. All right. Real quick. So I'm sure we've all seen some fun stuff about like, look at the size of our solar system compared to the rest of, the entire universe and stuff. This is one that I thought was really cool because it's like a Chrome experiment, and it focuses not on our planet or our solar system per se, but on all the suns that we can possibly think of. So this is called 100,000 stars, and we are starting with ours right here. We can zoom right on into it. But as you slowly start to zoom out, you can see there's our solar system and a little bit more. That is 1 light year right there. And then let's go a little bit further and let's see about all these other suns that we have, all these different stars that are around us. And on each one of these, you can click, you can read about it. There's a bunch of detail. There's an artist's representation of it, which is really cool because some of them are like blue, some of them are, really, really, really large. But I thought this was just such a fun and cool way of actually showcasing information and data that we have about different stars because it's like a 3D graphical representation of it. It kind of feels like some sort of Star Trek type map or something. And there
Yeah, that's
are
cool.
100,000 stars that you can get data on, which is amazing.
Wow, that's more
Yeah,
than I ever thought I would need.
for sure, for sure. Like here's one. This star is a very big one, and each one of these two is it's all a 3D representation, so you can click and drag and swirl all around it and see all the cool stuff, and it's really impressive. And again, it works quite fast. It's pretty cool. So we can zoom out super far and see all this cool information. So that's that one.
Wow.
That's the fun one. Next one was called Hotspot 3D. This is a phone comparing website where you can kind of pick the different phones that you wanted to compare. So, like, let's say, for instance, you have a Pixel 4 right now and you're considering getting a Galaxy Note 20 for whatever reason. You can actually like select the different colors that they have available for each of these things. However, this isn't one of those things where they kind of talk about like what are all the features and stuff. This is more about size comparison, and each one of these has a 3D representation of it. So you can click and drag to explore the entire phone and see like, okay, cool, it's got like this and that and the other thing, and just kind of a cool way of looking at it. Whereas, especially if size matters to you, you can say, well, I've got my current phone and I want to make sure the next one is small enough to fit in my pocket and not a giant like phablet that I can't carry around anywhere. But it was just cool that they
Yeah,
have
that's
all of
cool.
this like 3D information for all of these different phones, like the One Plus, which is pretty cool, and I have to say I'm fairly interested in that phone.
Is that one right there?
The one on the right, yeah. It's nice. It's a pretty cool thing. It's just another fun web experience using that WebGL. Oh, my Wegmans delivery is here, so I'm gonna go soon. But okay, and then the last one that we have here is called The Moth. And this is something that we can kind of utilize for the times where we're bored and the times where just the pandemic is kind of knocking us down and we're just like, I want to do something or I want entertainment, but I also want to learn. These are stories, so consider it like a TED Talk, but it's more along the lines of hearing people's life stories or experiential stories and stuff like that. And it's just a really, really cool thing to hear different things, learn about different things, especially now when we're talking a whole bunch about DE and I. This is just an awesome experience. They have podcasts, they have single stories and videos, so you can actually go and see some of the talks that were done live. And it's just a really, really cool thing to go through and be like, I want to just hear random stories from real people, and it just makes you feel connected in a way that it's kind of hard to feel at times when we're all under quarantine. But really, really cool place to go and check and spend some time, especially for you, Aaron, if you're here, because I know that you would totally dig this. And yeah, I mean that's it for me. So I think that's it for the Big Bite. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I guess so.
Short one
I'm gonna
today.
go get my groceries. Um, and then I'm gonna probably make breakfast. Should I make breakfast?
Sounds good.
I don't know. Anyway, thank you
Yeah, it's
guys.
the meal of the day, Rob. I'm like watching the live stream, which I don't normally do while we're doing Big Boy, and my face, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, well,
But
don't. Here, hold on. I'll fix it for you real quick. Just hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry. Okay. There we go. That's fixed. Take you right off the screen. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining, and we hope you found some really cool stuff. And hope you guys have a great Halloween and a great Day of the Dead. And yeah, enjoy your weekends. We'll see you
oh
next week.
God, what have you done?
I'm sorry. Phil, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
What
it's
have I
time to
done?
end it. Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay.
Corey thinks we did a lovely job. Matt says it's fun stuff.
Thank you.
Should we just stay and riff?
Appreciate
I mean,
it.
we got like another 8 minutes left on this, technically. No, I want my
No.
groceries. All right, we're out of here. Thank you guys.
Okay.
Have a great weekend.